5 things you can do to earn yourself a scholarship faster than you had expected. 1, get a publication. At least 1, 2, or 3 publications will accelerate the possibility of you getting a scholarship. Because the essence of publication is to demonstrate that you have had a track record of the fact that you can carry out an independent research, you can synthesize, you can organize and implement a research project and conclude it. So, because sometimes we sound more beautiful than what we can actually execute when writing. I can do this, I can do that. How? Can you show us evidence of what you had already done? So publication is a way to demonstrate it. So you need to get a publication. I know many may be confused, how do I even go about getting a publication? It's not that difficult. You can even get a publication from your undergraduate project, your master's project, or even your PhD project. You can organize it. I'm going to drop a link on some sites you can visit to see some publications. For example, you can type Google Scholar. Don't worry, I will drop a link. You can see, type any research in your mind or even your undergraduate topic, type some keywords and search. You will see a list of publications. Go into 1 or 2, read, understand how to organize it. You can actually extract publications from your already concluded projects, research projects, because it is highly competitive. The selection committee or panel are looking for those who have the extraordinary ability to excel more than others. So you have to show that you have this ability and the potential so as not to misuse their fund or whatever offer that comes with it. Then the second thing is read the requirements and understand the requirements, the pattern of application, and how your written tasks should be organized. For example, first, your CV. What is the format they require? If you are applying to an European-based scholarship, you need to understand how their CV looks like. So you need to submit an Europa Pass CV. So it has a method, it has its own format. It's different from the one you're going to use for a US-based university. So this is very important. You need to understand what format that is required. Is it going to be a chronological CV? Is it going to be a functional CV? Is it going to be hybrid? You need to understand each of these and how to present it. The same thing goes to your motivation letter. What type of motivation letter? What are the contents? How should I organize it? What are the essential ingredients I should reflect on in my motivation letter? For example, if it's a research-based scholarship, there are certain things you need to emphasize on. There are certain strengths you need to concentrate on that should show research strengths. Research skills should be integrated into it. If it's a normal coursework or study-based scholarship, the approach also has its own way. Certain things you should demonstrate. Your aspirations now should not take the lead. The same thing goes to work. So you need to understand what format do they need, and you should be able to do it exactly. Because if you submit the wrong documents or the documents that are not tailored to their specifications, it becomes a red flag. So you need to understand that, and they stick to their requirements and their specifications. Then number 3 is you need to have a skill. Gain a skill and demonstrate that you have a skill relevant to executing this research or this study. For example, let's assume you are applying for a scholarship related to a course in economics. You need to reflect on certain softwares you can use to do financial analysis. Applying for scholarship, you can project it. Maybe I'm going to apply in the next 3 months. So what should I do now? You should be able to think, I need this skill. So you begin to learn. There are so many online schools, institutes you can log in and do your study. I'm going to drop some links. One, you have like Coursera. Most of their courses are not that expensive. You have Utidia. Utidia is another good. I'm going to drop the link so that you can go to their website or you can chat them up or look at their programs, select, they will guide you. So maybe you can join in their next cohort, learn skills, because these are things that you will use to convince the panel that I can actually execute this. I have this skill. And again, remember, your supervisors or your potential supervisors who will assess some of these scholarships, some of these applicants, they are looking for those who will actually come and solve a problem, who will actually come and make their work easier for them. So sometimes this application, your CV, your motivation letter, your research interest may not actually be what they are looking for. They are just looking for someone that knows a particular skill. For example, if you can use Power BI as an economic student or applicant, then the person will be like, okay, I really need someone that knows Power BI to do economic analysis. Probably the person doesn't know it very well. The person is maybe based on theoretical or traditional methods of analysis. Now, you have a computer skill. So he will think, okay, or he or she will think, if you come, you can assist, you can really help me do this. He will see some potentials of getting many publications and many research stuffs from you with your collaboration. So you become successful. He will just write that this is the candidate I need. And based on his recommendation, the scholarship committee will give you the opportunity. So get a skill. All these things involve, even if it involves spending the smallest penny, do it. For example, in UTDI, you don't even need to spend much. I know most of their courses are with less than 20,000, 30,000, or even less. You can learn a skill, sweet skill, and you'll be guided by real experts. There are many of them. You can name them. I will drop maybe 1 or 2 links so you can explore and learn a skill. Then the fourth one is apply early. Apply as early as possible. In most applications, they do this first come, first served, and in most, they don't bother, in as much as you have submitted your application within the deadline. So after the deadline, they begin to review applications. But some, as you are submitting, they are reviewing. As you are submitting, they are reviewing, especially work-related. So let's assume they have gotten someone who has already met all the criteria. So why bother themselves looking for reviewing thousands and thousands of applications? So that is how it works. So as soon as you see the application link, read the requirements, apply. Don't keep waiting. That is another key. But these are the 5 essential things I've organized in this video to help you achieve your travel goals. So the 5th one is demonstrate that you have good leadership skills and you love doing community development service works or projects. You have to demonstrate this, because what these people are looking for is someone who will come and identify a problem within the environment and think on how to solve it sustainably. So how do I actually do this in terms of community development? Because if you don't have the burden to solve a problem, you will not be able to even understand the problem or even solve it. So if it's only when you have that burden of solving problems within your environment, within the community, that you can actually think of something that will be beneficial to the society you are currently in. So it's a very important way to show that you can actually convert this opportunity they have given you to real result for them. Then another aspect is in terms of leadership and the interpersonal relationship. Remember, you are going to study or work with your supervisors or fellow colleagues, students. These are people from multicultural backgrounds. So you need to know how to interact with them, integrate with them, and be able to contribute, combine, coordinate, and make efforts together. So all these things require you to show that you have that interpersonal relationship, ability to work with people from diverse multicultural settings with respect for diversity. So you need to demonstrate this. Is very, very important for the scholarship selection or the job, even the job selection, because even if it's in terms of work, the people you are going to work with, your supervisors and your colleagues, they are all people from different backgrounds. They speak different languages. They have different culture. So you should be able to work with them. You should be able to navigate and be able to adapt to their own environment and to the environment you are coming in. So the only way to do do this is to demonstrate your leadership skill and your leadership or your interpersonal relationship skills. To do this, you have to attach documents showing proof of your leadership skill or even your community development service projects, this or the what they gave you during your undergraduate studies. You have to include them. These are the 5 things you have to do. I'm going to drop some videos on to guide you on how to actually do a publication. You can also chat me up or drop interested. If you have shared my video, I will chat you up and maybe ask you some questions. I understand your research and maybe you can extract 1 or 2 publications. Even with a single undergraduate project, you can get like 2-3 publications, and that will set you apart. Until next time, remember to share this video. It's your friend at Light, the Smart Thinkers Hub. You need to think smart, you need to act smart. Remember, getting scholarship is not just a today project. You need to carefully follow some of these instructions, execute them, and see the results working for you. See you next time.